Hi, everybody. My name is Tessa. I'm in the marketing department with Fertility Specialists of Texas.
And my name is Shay. I'm in the new patient coordinating department in Fertility of Texas.
And we are so excited to be here today to talk about our own personal journeys with fertility and kind of let you know that when you come to FST, you're not just coming to another fertility clinic, that there are lots of us here that have been through infertility, and we are more than welcome to share our journey with you at any time. So I'm going to let Shay kind of tell a little bit about her story, and then I'll go through mine, and then we can just kind of go from there.
Yes. So our journey, it was really a 4-year process. It took a lot of love, a lot of strength, and a lot of power to get through it. We went through the IUI process, my partner and I, and we had it was just a struggle. It hit us emotionally, of course, financially, and at the end of the day, we just had to keep positive. We just had to try to keep the hope alive, try to keep the spirit alive, try to make it as I know it's easier said than done, but we had to try to keep it as fun and loving as possible.
Because making a baby should be fun.
Should be fun. And I know it's easier said than done, but when you've gone through so many cycles and at a certain point, all you start to see sometimes is dollar signs.
Right.
Dollar signs. And then you start to forget why you're doing it in the first place.
Right.
Because you start feeling defeated, you start wearing yourself down. All the negativity can just set in and kind of overtake both of you.
Right.
Not just you, but also your partner, because your partner is watching their spouse, their loved one go through this. And then me personally, as a woman, I felt like this is the one thing that I should be able to do.
Exactly.
And I can't do it.
Right.
Like, why does my body hate me?
Right.
I'm broken.
Yes.
I can't do this. This is the one thing that I should be able to do with no problem, hands down.
Right.
And month after month, cycle after cycle, it's not working.
Right.
But the moment that we brought...
Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Dr. Svora. Hi, Kat. Sorry, guys.
The moment we brought the fun and love back in, it was magical.
Yeah.
We got our son. He is 6 months old, and he was born a full toddler. Yeah, he was 10 pounds, 9 ounces.
Oh my gosh, he really was like a toddler.
Yeah, he was. So going through the process, oh gosh, we tried at home. That was a whole process in itself.
So you don't recommend the whole YouTube how to treat your infertility
at
home?
No. Guys, I definitely don't recommend Dr. Google and Dr. YouTube to try at home.
Those are not the answers, is what she's saying.
No, definitely stick with a professional. Don't let the professional do it, because it got crazy. It got real interesting real quick. And then even picking out a donor for us being a LGBT couple, that was a whole nother process in itself.
Right.
Trying to make sure we pick the right gentleman that we wanted to use to create our little bundle of love.
Right.
And our previous cycles, my friends and I would have picking parties. So I would get my list of the guys that we liked, and I would call my friends over. Like, all right, let's do this, ladies.
Find me a baby daddy.
Let's pick out a baby daddy. But then
that's such a fun way to make it fun and kind of take some of the stress off.
Right, takes the edge off just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then whenever we went through our last cycle that we conceived Jace with, I was sitting at work one day and I was like, just let me take a look. Let me take a gander. And then I can bring him home, present him to Tyler. And I came across this one guy. Well, plenty of gentlemen, but
until we found the one. So what we were trying to do, we decided to pick based off of
off of Tyler's heritage. Okay. So Dutch, Norwegian, French, that way, so we can find our donor. And then this one guy, I'm probably gonna start crying because he made my heart super happy. Oh, I am going to start crying. Okay. So the one guy that we found, he had a really close childhood friend that he saw him and his wife struggle with infertility, but it was because of him. He had a low sperm count. He had some other factors in there too, and he saw how much it tore them apart,
right,
and how hard it was on her, but also on his friend, because he's like, same thing as a male. This is the one thing I should be able to give my wife.
Right.
This is the one thing that out of many things that I should, hands down, be able to do.
Right.
No fault. He wasn't able to do it. Yeah. So he said that that's what he felt that he was meant to do, is to guarantee, that no couple ever feel that pain again.
Yeah.
So that's why he really wanted to donate as many times as he possibly could to help other families, other couples conceive a baby.
Aww. So I was like, an amazing one.
Yes. I was like, hands down. He only had 2 miles left. I bought both of them. I was like, this is it. This is who we're using, hands down. He's perfect. He matched everything that we were looking for in a donor. And then, of course, his story, I was like, at work, just sniffling.
It was like meant to be.
Yeah, he was definitely. And then we were able to view the specimen before our semination and everything. And it was like all over the place. It was crazy. And then technically, my cycle on paper wasn't meant to work. I wasn't responding back to my medications. My follicles weren't growing, and we're already talking about next cycle. But at that point, that was our 5th IUI. And like I said, we're trying to bring the fun back in, bring the love back in. I would bring in a wedge pillow on my inseminations to lay up on and try to see if that would work.
Right.
We're trying to keep it as optimistic as possible. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. If this one doesn't work, next cycle, we'll go in harder. We'll try a different route. We're going stronger. And it worked. It totally worked. We kept it up. We made it fun. We brought back in date nights despite the financial weight that it was. We put that on the back burner. We brought it back to remember why we were doing this.
Right.
And I know that may sound silly, but for us at least, it started after a few cycles. It was like, man, let me wipe out that card. Let me put this aside. Well, we can't do that right now, honey, because we have to focus on this next month. So brought back in the love, and the pillow. Her name was Suzanne. That was her name.
Oh my gosh.
She was a wedge pillow, and she was like this big. She was huge. It was huge, but I needed my pillow. I thought my pillow was the key.
I love it. Do you still have that pillow?
I do. Yeah, I still have Suzanne.
Does Jay's crawl on it now? That's awesome.
He does. He likes to hang off the end of it and go, because who knows?
So funny. I think that's just a really great message to anyone who's watching or may watch this later, is just to, and it is, like you said, so hard to kind of come back to the root of why we do this, and that's to become a parent. And that, like you said, it shouldn't be such a struggle. It shouldn't make you feel broken. And that's something that so many of our patients face.
Yeah. And
that you felt, and I certainly did. But I think trying to remain positive is incredibly difficult. And it's, everyone says take a vacation or whatever. And we say this even in our seminars is, just going on vacation isn't going to help. It's not going to get you pregnant, but certainly stress is a contributing factor, and kind of focusing on the end goal can really, really help, because mindset is so important, especially when you're going through medications and cycle after cycle. And, and just remembering that, you're not alone. And that's kind of why Shay and I are here. We just kind of wanted to remind everybody that, we're here, and we, several of our staff members have kind of gone through this, themselves. And if you ever want to talk to anyone here about not just the medical part, but just kind of establishing a community and saying, hey, what was your journey like? I'm feeling alone, and I don't want to feel like this anymore, that we're here and we want to talk to you. And I just want to share a little bit about about my story. And if you've come to any of our free fertility seminars, it's very common for me to kind of get up and address the crowd and share my story, but I'm in charge of the marketing here. And the reason that I'm here is because of my fertility struggles. My husband and I struggled for about 3 years, and I knew going in, I knew from the time I was 16 I was going to have issues. It was just this innate, it was an innate desire for me
Right.
to be a mom. I mean, when I was little, like I knew that's all I really wanted to do was be a mom, be a writer. I was going to work for Cosmo.
Yes.
Yeah, that we're working on that. Don't tell Dr. Goldstein. But I always knew, like from the time I was 16, that I was going to struggle. And sure enough, it was like almost self-fulfilling prophecy. But I had stage 4 endometriosis. I had PCOS. And my parts just does not want to function. So my husband and I struggled for 3 years, and just full disclosure, like it almost ended our marriage. Going through this, it is the roughest journey that you can go through. And they say that the diagnosis of infertility is often akin to one of cancer diagnosis.
Right.
And I completely get that. And if you've never been through infertility, that may be a leap to kind of see that, but it is because you feel devastated and hopeless and out of control, and that you have this beautiful vision for your life, and suddenly it's just like
you feel like automatically defeated.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you feel like there is no hope, and if I don't have millions of dollars, or if I don't find the right specialist, or whatever, you just feel like I can't do this. I can't go on if I am not able to do this. And so my husband and I struggled for 3 years. I would have my fall cleaning, and I would have my spring cleaning, clean out the endometriosis and put all my parts back where they should be. And, kind of like you said, we just took a little break, instead of like charting ovulation and all of this and very timed intercourse, because that's, if you're doing it every month, it just becomes, it's not fun.
It's not.
So we actually, when I started my, the week after or I can't remember the timing, but after we did our round of Clomid, when I was supposed to be doing those things that make babies, we were actually on a river trip with like 10 other people, floating the Guadalupe, and miracle upon miracle, like it worked. After all of these years of struggling, just having my HSG and cleaning out those tubes and getting all of my parts back into place. And then I lost like 40 pounds. It worked. We got our little miracle baby, and I never really thought that we would get there. And I mourned what I thought would be our family for so long that it was almost like, oh my gosh, that stick really did, like I had to do a double take and a triple take. Like it really is. They really work. It's not a cruel joke. Those can turn positive.
Exactly. I think with ours, I took 12.
Yeah.
I took 12 tests, and I just kept taking them. I couldn't believe that it was positive. Hi. I think I even took like camera pictures on my phone and changed like the lighting to make sure I wasn't seeing things.
Right.
So it's just like, there's no way that that's really happening. But then you have, on the other hand, that I've had positives before, but I've also had several miscarriages. So it's like, at what point do I allow myself to be excited?
Right.
And because I've made it to a certain part before and I ended up having a miscarriage.
Right.
But I'm telling you, as soon as that heartbeat, this little thing was on the thing, wiggling around, I was done.
Yeah.
I felt it in my heart, in my soul, that's what he's my baby.
Yeah.
He's here, and he's gonna stay, and he's gonna be mine. And even throughout the pregnancy, I had to constantly remind myself, don't stress.
Right.
Don't stress out. It's okay to still enjoy life. It's okay. You're not gonna break your baby.
Right.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's good. He is stuck. He is in there, and he's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We called Cooper our little river rat because he was conceived on the banks of the Guadalupe River. Sorry, Cooper, if you ever see this. And it was so funny because we went to Lukenbach on the way to the river, and we stopped at the little general store, And it's like, I'm going to get a onesie. And my husband's like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you're just setting yourself up for heartbreak. And I'm like, I feel it. Like, I'm going to get one. And I got this little lime green onesie, and then he ended up getting it worked, and he wore it, and I have it in my little treasure box. And that's just like one of those little sweet little memories. I don't know, that something like that sticks. But once we had Cooper, I always envisioned that he would be a big brother. So I think almost as much as I mourned kind of the process of going through infertility the first time, the second time was just as hard, and which is crazy to think, because I always say I'm more blessed than I ever deserve to be. And but just seeing your child and so much love to give, and how much love your child has to give, and you want to see them as a big brother, and you have this vision for your life, and that when that vision doesn't come to fruition, it is so hard. And that's kind of why I ended up at Fertility Specialist of Texas, is because I wanted to do whatever I could from behind my marketing desk to help others achieve their dream. Because I got my blessing. It's not the dream that I had, but it's better than what I had imagined. Yeah. But I did go through, I just wanted to read this really quick. So I used to have a blog, and I wrote in 2019, I said, 8 months ago, I had a fall cleaning. The doc went in and cleaned out all of my endometriosis. It was stage 4. 4 days ago, I had a spring cleaning. The doc went in and cleaned out my endometriosis, scar tissue, and adhesions, removed a cyst, and untangled my ovary, which had become one with my fallopian tube. 8 months ago, I believed I'd be pain symptom free for 2 to 3 years. The average time endo remains dormant following a clean out and back-to-back birth control. I had 6 months before the pain took control of my life again. Going into Tuesday, I was terrified of what they'd find, or more honestly, of what they wouldn't. I couldn't have handled a non-cause, a long, endless list of possibilities. Certainties you can face head on. It's the mysteries that leave you breathless, or so I thought. My biggest fear, aside from not knowing, had been the idea that I couldn't be a mommy again. Cooper would be such an amazing big brother, and it is written on my heart, on my soul, to see that dream come to fruition. If I can't bake my own baby, there are, of course, other more beautiful options. But now, sitting here, crumbling in a bout of pain, uneased by meds, I am faced with an ugliness I hadn't imagined, a life unlived. There is no cure, no absolute fix for endo. Even complete removal of all things mommy makers isn't a guarantee for pain-free days. Chronic pain inhibits my ability to be the kind of wife, daughter, friend, sister, aunt, and above all else, mother I want to be. I can't miss out. I refuse to miss out on the little moments of Cooper's life because my body chooses to glue itself into a mass of ugly. But I've yet to find the strength to push through the pain. I'm praying for answers, for help, for strength, and for a light at the end of it all. And it was just a few months later that I ended up having a complete hysterectomy. Hi, Chastity, and hi, Jen. Because I would go in to start another cycle, and I would always have another cyst, and the pain, because endometriosis, you can have stage 4 and not have any symptoms, or you can have stage 1 and be in debilitating pain. It's not like there's not a correlation between the two. And mine was awful. And I had some really, really dark days, and I was like, I can't do this. So made the decision to have the hysterectomy, and ended up leaving my job at the time afterwards, and just putting work life on pause so I could focus on Cooper and kind of getting my health back. Yeah. And so that's kind of several years later, and now here I am, and I'm telling my story on Facebook Live. So happy to have you. And kind of sharing. And I'm so thankful to be here and have this opportunity, and to talk to our patients and kind of help them however we can. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I don't know. Yesterday I was actually at the doctor's office getting some labs done, and the lady, and I know she didn't mean anything by it, but she was like, so when was your last menstrual cycle? And I said, well, I had a hysterectomy. She's like, ooh, girl, congratulations. It's like, no, not congratulations. I just want to be like, what are you saying to me? Like, and it's crazy that after 8 years, I still have these days where I just have this wave of grief. Mm-hmm. Like if a patient find out that they suffer a loss, we suffer that along with them because we've become so close to our patients. And then if someone has a positive pregnancy test and then we get those baby pictures, like we celebrate.
It's a party.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So we're kind of ride the highs and lows with you guys. And if we've been through that, I think we feel it so intensely because we know what those highs and lows are like.
When I was going through our previous cycles at the time, I was working at a pediatrics office. So seeing these moms come in, like I would just get the phone call that, hi Shay, I'm sorry to let you know that your beta was negative. And then I would have to check in this mom who's bringing her newborn baby and still be as happy and excited for her and her journey and welcoming her sweet baby, while inside I feel broken and torn down. And like you said, it festers and it starts to eat at you and weigh on you, and you can't perform your normal duties, your normal tasks like you could, because you just have this weight and pain and suffering inside you because you had this vision of how your life was to be. And whether it be with endo, or for me, it was my hormone levels were out of this world. It took a whole year for us to get that under control, for us to even try with the round that we had with Jace. And it felt like, even though I was walking into an office filled of women and men sitting out in the lobby there for the exact same thing, one way or another, that I was going through, you feel alone. You feel like there's nobody's going to understand what I'm going through. Because this topic, for it being 2018, is still kind of taboo, which blows my mind. But that's why I'm here. I'm here for you to talk to me. Like, I will cry with you. I will hug you. I will love on you. I will mama bear you until you tell me, okay, Shay, I'm good. Get off me. Because you're not alone. We're here to be with you. We're here to walk with you. We're here to hold your hand. We're here if you need to be pulled, if you need you and I to stop out in the hallway and we can chit chat it up about anything underneath the stars, just to get that weight off of you. Like, even so, I couldn't even feel like I could talk to my family about it, because you don't understand. And I know they mean well. They really do mean well. They're like, well, why can't you just do this? And why can't you just do that? And I'm like, well, if it was that easy, I would have had a baby by now. But it's, unfortunately for me, it's not that easy. And so and it's okay to take a break. It's totally fine if you're able to take a siesta, to take a breather, just to get your balance back, to get you and your spouse, your partner back. Because like you said, like we went through some times that our marriage kind of suffered through that whole process, because I'm like, babe, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, don't tell me it's gonna be okay.
We're not allowed
you
to
don't
say
know
that. Yes, I would tell my husband, you are not allowed to say it's gonna be okay. Because you don't know that. You don't know that. And I know that that's just, there's so much love behind that. But when you're like the one that's just feels so down, it's like, I can't hear that one more time. No, I just can't. Just
can't do it.
You know what? Just say, I know you're hurting. I'm gonna love you through this.
There you go.
That's all.
That's perfect.
Just love me through this. I feel broken. I'm a mess. I need you to love me in this mess, because this is where I am. And maybe right now, and I think that's one thing too, is so many people want to like pull you out and say be positive, but sometimes you have to let yourself grieve, and you have to let yourself cry it out. It's cathartic to just kind of own your truth and own how much it hurts and say, you know what, this really sucks, and I don't want to do this anymore, and that's okay.
It's okay.
And I think, there's been a phrase that's kind of coming around saying it's okay to not be okay. And that's so true. And I think that's so important, just to validate your feelings and to let yourself feel all the highs and lows. Some of the times you can't let yourself be consumed by them, which is very easy to do.
So easy to do.
But it's okay to be that person who says, you know what, I can't go to that baby shower. I can't go to that child's birthday party. It's about self-preservation and doing what's best for you. And I think that's important, to kind of give yourself permission to skip out on some of those things.
And that was a hard thing for me to learn, because I didn't want to be that mean friend or mean sister, like,
Right.
you know, I won't, I mean, I know you want me there, but I just can't do that right now because
Right.
some people see that as being selfish,
Right.
but it's okay for you to be selfish. It's
Right.
okay for you to take that time out for you.
Right.
Because like you said, it's very easy to we're at Bye Bye Baby every day.
Yeah.
Every weekend. The people at Bye Bye Baby in Frisco knew us by name because that's just what we did. We just walked around Bye Bye Baby and was like, oh, I would love to have this if it's a boy. I would love to have this as a girl, you know. And then it started getting to the point, like, when we were just having fun, to the point, like, all right, we have to stop because it's starting to wear on me cycle after cycle that I'm not ever going to be able to be the girl in here buying anything for my baby.
Right.
Like, it's not ever going to happen. You cannot tell me, you know, we'll do it next month. Next month is going to make, don't say that to me anymore.
Right.
I'm done. So it got to the point that, you know, my partner wouldn't say anything. You could just tell by the tears on my face. We'd get home, he'll put me in the room, let me lay down and let me have my time. And then come in and be like, and just, you want to talk about it? Like, not right now.
Yeah.
Not right now. I couldn't. It was just a hard pill to swallow each time.
Yeah.
Each time, and especially the day that you do your beta.
Mm-hmm.
You're happy, you're pumped, you may or may have not cheated and taken a test before, just depends. And then you get that phone call and it's just like your day turns to night real quick, real fast. And you just need that time to step away and focus on you, focus on your health, focus on getting, and when I say you, I mean the true you. Infertility you're Googling things,
it consumes
you're on Pinterest, your documents and documentaries and articles, and it just, well, we need to stop drinking Pepsi because there's a chemical inside Pepsi that does this and that and another. Like, of course there are things, the suggestions that we definitely suggest our patients to do, but to get back to who the real fun, good-hearted Shay is, who the real fun, loving Tessa is. Bring that person back. And the moment that you bring that person back, the moment you're like, you can breathe easier, you can move easier, and like I said, just remember, I'm here for my future. Right. I'm here to go through it, to be through it, to be in it, and at the end of it, one way or another, have this amazing bundle of love. Right. And if you need, it's kind of like mental illness. If you need someone to talk to, someone to cry on, like you said, sometimes you just don't want to talk. Right. Sometimes you just want someone there to cry on. Right. I got tissues. Right. I'm telling you. I will wear a poncho if you need me to. And I'm short, so.
That's a new thing. We should have FST ponchos for the waterworks.
We should. I'm telling you. I will get a step stool if you need me to, and we can cry it out because I'll cry with you because we're all in this together. It's a sisterhood. It's a brotherhood. We're in it to fight the good fight together. There should be no reason why anyone should feel alone. Yeah. At all.
Let me just see some of these comments really quick. Whoops. Oh no, it's frozen.
Freeze.
Okay, that was.
Maybe if you click on the new.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, there we go.
We love you too, Kim. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at Black Tie Dinner. Hi, Kat and Courtney. Hi, Dr. Spora. Yes, Kat says staying positive and stress-free is good, and that's so true. Chastity, you're so sweet. Let's see. There's another one. Kat says she loves our patients. Hillary says y'all are so strong for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing publicly. Thank you, Hillary. Doreen, sharing your journey is so powerful, and now I can understand my clients because I've been there. It's hard to experience everything our clients deal with, but when we do, it becomes our calling. It's so awesome that you're helping to remove the secrecy and shame. Thank you so much. Oh, that's awesome. Sitting with someone in their sadness and grief is so healing. Yes. So true. Yes. So true. there's a poll on here. So if anyone's on here, and we would just kind of want to be able to connect anyone who's watching that might want a support group information. We'd love to know if you've found your tribe and who that is, so we can share that information with others. And then if you're not ready, we want to know that too. And then if you want information, we would love to know that as well. One of the things that I had blogged about in the past was a couple of quotes that I wanted to share, because sometimes you can't find the words to say it yourself. So you find it in a song lyric, or you find it in a poem, or like this one on perseverance. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You're able to say to yourself, I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. And that's Eleanor Roosevelt. And I had said, you are doing that thing right now, this very moment. Be proud of your bravery, of your strength, even on the days when you forget that you are brave and you are strong.
Oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one.
And then this one, because Oprah Winfrey knows what she's talking about. And it's really about finding your tribe. And that's something that's really important when you're going through something like this. And she said, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. And we've got the tickets. Like, you tell us where you want to go, and we'll take you on the bus. And I think that's so important to find, even if it's just one person, and it doesn't have to be like on an online forum. Maybe you're watching us right now and you're like, hey, I want to reach out to them, or of an online support group, or someone at church, or your neighbor, just to connect with someone who will just listen to you when you have the words, and will just be silent with you when you don't.
Yes.
And just be in your space, because sometimes that, like you said, that's just what you need. You just need someone there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you really don't want to talk about it. You don't have the ability to talk about it anymore. You don't want to talk about it to death, but you just need someone to know.
Yeah.
And it's like that quote about, you never know what someone else is going through, so always be kind.
Yes.
And that's just so important, because some of our patients are the bravest that I've ever seen. They wear it so well, you would never know that they are just really strong. And so that's kind of our motto, is just be kind, because you don't know. So do you have any other words?
I want to remind everyone, like that quote said, you may feel weak, you may feel broken, you may feel completely devastated, but remember, you're strong. You're strong in yourself, you're strong in your spouse, and no matter what your diagnosis is, you have a family. We're not a clinic, we're not just an office, we're not just a group of people, we're a family. And find your tribe, find your people, and hang on to your strength, and keep it as happy and fun as you possibly can, because it will make a difference. It definitely will. Bring the love and the joy back in it. Start loving that baby like it's already here.
Right.
Love this process like you were loving your baby.
Right.
I remember my niece came in when I had a scan, and she was like, you have holes all over your body. I said, those are not holes. Those are your cousins. Love your cousins. You speak sweet, loving words to your cousins, and you help them grow. So just hang on to that. Don't ever lose that fight, because it will happen.
Absolutely.
It will happen.
And I will post our contact information in the comments later. So if anybody would like to reach out to us, and we would love to talk to you personally. And we just want to thank you all for joining us for Facebook Live Friday. And we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, stay warm.
Bye, guys.
Bye.